You know, there's one thing For Honor does very well, and this is the characters animations. In this tier list, I'll be ranking characters animations, and I don't think this has been done already. I haven't seen anybody make this tier list, so I'm gonna be original here. And these are the tiers. The shitty animations is the tier where I put the characters where the animations are not just boring, they're not just bad, they just look horrible. They have no gaming qualities. The character that has these animations looks like a moron. In the boring tier is the characters where, in the boring tier, there are characters who make me feel nothing when I look at their animations. They're just swinging, they're just bashing. There's nothing interesting, there's nothing unique in them. It doesn't make me want to perform these moves in real life. In the nice tier, we have characters who are just okay, who look cool, but they're not very appealing to look at, you know? And in appealing to look at, there are characters who I can just sit and watch their animations. If I watch a high skill player, I will just look at the animations and I will be, damn, this character is animated very, very well. And our final tier, the S tier, this is the visual orgasm tier. Here will be the heroes with the best animations, the ones who have no issue whatsoever, the ones whose animations flow very well between each other. It's just overall the perfect animations. So we're starting off with Warden. Warden is really good actually. When I was thinking about this list, I was just thinking, yeah, he's okay, maybe even he's boring. But then I thought about it and I watched some high skill players and he flows really well, especially with his new shoulder bash mix-ups, which are already 1 year old, so they're not really new. Yeah, Warden has really good animations and I think he deserves a visual orgasm. We're starting off really good, and then we have Conquer, who I think has very boring animations. He's just swinging, even the most satisfying things, which is his bash and his all guard punish, the uppercut he does is not that appealing. I don't play Conquer and feel good when I play him. Maybe just the character is boring, maybe the rework was shitty and he needs more changes, but his animations are also very shitty. And plus, we're missing the helicopter zone. If we still had the helicopter zone, he could come at least in the nice tier. But as it stands, he's in the boring. Peacekeeper is actually very appealing to look at. Her soft faint lights are cool, her heavies are cool, the stabs she makes when she guards break you and she pushes you forward, she does this backflip move, which is really cool. The only reason she's not there, she's not in the visual orgasm, is because some of her heavies can feel a bit clunky and she doesn't really have that many moves. She doesn't flow in her chains, which is something a lot of heroes have, and it's that their chain ends and you cannot really appreciate how well they're animated because you just see light, heavy, light, heavy, unblockable, heavy, finisher. You know, there are many characters who don't flow that well. Lawbringer is a visual orgasm. The way he uses his weapon, his poleaxe, is satisfying. His heavies are very cool, his stop unblockable after parry is also a very satisfying animation, his impale is cool, his double lights are cool, he's menacing, he's badass, he's everything I would want from a knight with a big weapon. Raider is also a visual orgasm. I love how he has infinite chain, like if you do his third heavy, if you soft feint his finisher heavy into a storming tap, I think that was the name of the move, he can restart the chain and he can flow again. Raider is super satisfying to play, super satisfying to watch. It's just visual orgasm. Okay, another heavy, and he's in the boring tier. Maybe even shitty animations. Yeah, I can give Warlord shitty animations. At least Conquer has some satisfying uppercut. His bashes are funny. Or when you're sprinting, his sprint bash, where you just jump and knock people down. It's funny. It's a little bit cool. Meanwhile, Warlord is just even his pushing bash or whatever it is from neutral is nothing really special. I prefer the way Raider just lifts you up. His heavies are slow, his lights, his Olgard doesn't really have many satisfying to look at punishes. His zone is just a big swash. I just think Warlord has very shitty animations. Berserker is... honestly, I don't know. I like his side finishers, his side heavy finishers where he does this cool swashing jump thing. His zone is funny, a little bit goofy even. I think he's in the nice tier, I guess. Maybe even... nah. Yeah, in the nice tier. This is where Berserker belongs. You know, I might actually put him in the appealing to look at. His jumping heavies are cool, his lights are kinda cool, his soft feints, his deflect is very boring actually. So I don't know. You know, actually fuck Berserker, so he just goes in the okay tier. Fuck Berserker and fuck everything about him. Valkyrie. She's nice. She has cool animations. Her defect is alright. When he stabs you, her bash is not really interesting. Her heavies are really cool. I like how much force she puts into her attacks, but it's nothing really that special. And I've seen better. So next up we have Kensei. Kensei is my main, so I have to glaze this motherfucker as much as I can, and he's going into a visual orgasm. I just love his animations. Kensei is a very simple character. This is in his fashion, this is in his playstyle, and it's also in his animations. He has very appealing but simple animations. I would say he looks better than Warbringer, but not better than Warden and Raider. Shugoki, actually the first heavy, which I will actually give some respect to, and he's going the nice tier. His heavies, either charged or just normal heavies, are super satisfying to just watch them fly. When you guard break somebody and when you throw them off the ledge, it's satisfying. When you do his bear hug thing, it's satisfying. His bash is really similar to the one of Warlord, but it looks better in my opinion. And he's in the nice tier and not the appealing to look at tier, because again, a lot of his animations are clunky, and this is something every single heavy is gonna suffer from, because if the animation is slow and clumsy even, it's not that much appealing to look at, so the most heavies are gonna go is nice. Orochi is appealing to look at to me. Maybe I will think about putting him in the visual orgasm. Just let me say my piece. Every single one of his attacks can flow between each other. If you wish to spam it, you can. You can do all of his moves. You have so much freedom when you play Orochi. His deflect is cool, you know. He actually has the best deflect in the whole game, so visual orgasm. Nobushi is nice, I guess. Maybe even boring. I will put her in the boring tier. She just stabs, and her heavies are a little bit appealing, I guess, but it's mostly her lights, which I have problems with. Her stabs. I don't find much pleasure playing Nobushi. Centurion is another visual orgasm. I might actually put him above Warden. All of his animations are amazing. He's super fun to play. He's super fun to watch. The animations of Centurion are what characters needs to have. He's just that good. Shinobi is another case where I would put him in the visual orgasm, but like in the same time I wouldn't. You know, I would. He has also very good animations. His guard breaks are very cool, his zone, his finisher heavies, his lights, everything. Everything about Shinobi is nice to look at. Gladiator, I wanted to put him higher because of some of his moves, but I don't find much pleasure in playing or watching Gladiator gameplay. He can be in the nice tier. I cannot really put him much higher. Highlander is, again, another visual orgasm, and I would put him above Kensei. Sorry Kensei, but Highlander just has so good heavies and lights. I watched this Highlander work by Swandaras 1 hour ago, and the way he plays it makes him look so appealing to look at. Before I watched this video, I was gonna put him in the boring because I was only thinking about his zone and some of his top heavies, where he's like, ugh! He's acting like the sword is super heavy, which it isn't. And I'm just gonna put him in the boring because I thought of him as some stupid brute, but after I watched this video, I'm putting it there. Shaman is appealing to look at. Her soften stabs are cool. Her zone is so much better than the one of Berserker. She is appealing to look at. Aramusha is nice. He's more spammy, he's more wild. He's wild like a tempest, but a lot of his animations don't really flow that well. A lot of his animations are not giving me that ick, you know? A lot of his animations don't really touch me, if you know what I mean. A nice tier is nice for Aramusha. Okay, we're off to the Wulin now. And Kyandi is another visual orgasm. For the same reason as Shinobi and Orochi, he can flow between his moves very well. He flows like water, but so much better than them. He's so much better than them. His animations are so much better than theirs. It's so satisfying to watch some good gameplay. JJ is my least favorite Wulin. He has some cool lights, I guess. His heavies are cool. You know, I would put him in the appealing to look at. I think he's gonna be the lowest ranked Wulin from the whole faction. I wanted to put him in the boring, but then I remembered a lot of his moves are very satisfying to watch. Nushi is a visual orgasm. Higher than Shinobi. Higher than Orochi maybe. You know what? Maybe higher than Warbringer. If you do her heavies, 2 heavies, and then you finish with a zone. She uses the weight of her weapons and the speed and everything and the momentum and shit, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I love playing Nusha only because of her animations. Shaolin is another visual orgasm. I would put him maybe below Tiandi is a good placement for him. Black Parara is nice. His flip is cool, his heavies are cool, but that's pretty much it. He is better than most heavies, don't get me wrong, he's better than most heavies, but he's still a heavy. And I know I said heavies were not gonna go above the nice tier, but Jormungandr, which kinda changed my mind, Jangjung too, but mostly Jormungandr, He is a visual orgasm, especially when they change his animations. They did some mock-up on his rework a few years ago, and yeah, overall pretty solid animation. Hitokiri is shitty animations. I absolutely hate Hitokiri. I'm a little bit biased here, but still, fuck Hitokiri. I am a little bit biased here, but still, fuck Hitokiri. There is nothing in her moves that make me enjoy her, nothing in her moveset, nothing in her personality that makes me wanna play her. I hate Hitokiri with a burning passion. Zanhu is appealing to look at. He's my favorite Woolen, he's my second main I think. A lot of his animations look really cool. He can flow really well. I feel like I'm really repeating myself, but that's just the case. So many characters flow really well. For Honor does an amazing job with their animations, I'm sorry. Warmonger is boring. I will put Warmonger in the boring tier. I don't like her top lights. I don't like her bashes. I don't like a lot of her, honestly. She feels too ferocious, and I don't think it fits Apollyon, you know? I wish they gave the Apollyon armor to Warden instead of Warmonger. I kinda wish he didn't exist, you know? I wish he wasn't based on Apollyon. If animations were more like collected, because you see how Apollyon fights, and you see how Astra fights, and they're not the same character. If it was more based on Apollyon, where she's actually a master of the sword just like Warden, she could go even in the visual orgasm, but as it stands, I don't like her animations and she's in the boring tier. Okay, so we entered the COVID time so For Honor, and the next 4 heroes are a build-up of mostly reused animations, so I cannot really put them high, even though I enjoy the animations of some of them. For example, Magi, Kyoshin and Griffon, I like their animations, but because they are reused, I cannot go higher. And Griffon is the first one with reused animations. I like them, but most of them are Kensei animations. Most of his neutral attacks are Kensei. He just Kensei number 2, and if a character is reusing animations and they take exclusively from one character, it's lazy and it's cheap, and I wish they did better job on him. I still enjoy looking at his animation, but it's Radar and Kensei, which have really good animations, but I don't want them reused. He's definitely my favorite reused animation character, but I know he's not the best. So I will put him in the boring tier. Kyoshin is another case where he takes a lot of Orochi this time and a lot of Blackfire. Gameplay wise, he's literally faster Blackfire. He is a copy-paste of Blackfire for the most part, and his animations are a lot from Orochi. His lights are mostly taken from Blackfire and Orochi, and he's better. He's animated better. He is not animated. He is stolen. He's stolen better than Griffon. So he just goes in a nice tier. Pirate. Man, fuck Pirate and her animations. She has just Warward heavies and Centurion lights. She has some uniqueness in her bashes where she uses the gun. This is a unique animation, or her stab, and then her kick. It's cool, but she's just a tank which doesn't really fit a pirate character. Characters supposed to be light on their feet, not just tanky berserkers, you know. And her animations are very obvious that they're taken, and also Griffon at least had some redeeming qualities that they took animations from Raider and Kensei, which have really good animations. Meanwhile, she takes heavies from fucking Warward, and I think she goes in the mostly shitty animations. She is the... no, wait. She's supposed to go here, if she has the worst animations. Pirate has the worst animations of the whole game. And our fourth and final character with reused animations is Magi. He has the best reused animations because they're taken from vast amount of characters, and I can rarely say where he took it from. I can see some Shaolin, I can see some Warden I guess, a little bit of Berserker and Aramusha in his axe stance, but that's all. And he's the best character with reused animations, so higher than Kyoshin, but still, I don't think these characters deserve to be higher than the other characters who have unique animations. Afira is appealing to look at. She's very agile. I love the way she plays. She's fun to watch. I'm really repeating myself, man. I gotta stop. I gotta come up with a better commentary. Afira had a little bit of reusement. Her sprint attack was from Valkyrie. Her second light from the right stance was Warden Zone. She had, I think, one of her crushing counters were Tiandi light, and the spinning dodge attacks are from, honestly, I don't really know. I think it's Shaman. Osewato has completely fresh animations. He was the first one, after I think 2 years of reused animations, he was the first one to come and bring brand new, unique animations. And I gotta respect him for it. His animation very fit this ferocious hunter warrior. It makes sense why he has hyper armor in his zone, because he's swinging hard, he's spinning around him, he's using the full force of his body. Like, if you decapitate Osewato mid-swing, I still think you will get hit by his full force because he put so much effort into these swings. It's logical, it's nice, it's wild. I think he's not appealing to look at. He's okay. I gotta respect the fact that he's finally brought new animations, but it's nothing that makes me go wow. Varangian, actually, fuck you, Varangian. Actually, fuck Varangian. She has some satisfying moves, but it's mostly her sound design rather than her animations. She's just swinging with one hand. It's illogical, it's boring, it's uninteresting. I think she is on the top of the boring tier. Sohei is super appealing to look at. I love Sohei. I think he became like my second favorite samurai. He is really fun to play, but we're here to talk about animations, and his animations can feel a bit clunky, but they still have personality in them. They are unique. They're not just a swing, a stab, a swash, you know? They look vastly different, and when you compare it to the Varangian guy who came right before him, he's light years ahead of Varangian. I would even put him above Afira, I think. Katun is another really good animated character. A bit clunky. I think she's worse than Sohei. Her heavies are very bad, but her lights are very good. Her dodge attack is nothing special. Her pinning heavy is really cool, but she's just okay. She's just nice. And Virtuosa finally. Damn, I'm running out of breath. But Virtuosa is maybe the best animated character in the whole game, so I would calmly put her in the S tier. I think they busted so much budget on her animations that the trailer suffered and the fashion suffered. Maybe the reason why we're getting these little armor sets this year is because of her. Because she ate all the money. All the resources went into this Italian bitch. But I think it was worth it. She looks really, her animations flow very well. She's literally the perfect character animation wise. And I hope this is gonna be the quality of heroes going forward. So yeah, that was my animation tier list. I might actually adjust it a little bit. So Warden is, thinking about it, Highlander can go a bit above Warden. Wallbanger can be in front of Nusha, I think. Yarmagana can come a bit above Shinobi. In here, Zangon can be the top of it. Sohei can be the second. Afera can be third. JJ can be here. And between this it's kind of a mix. But I think Peacekeeper has a bit better animations. In the nice tier, I think who has the most nice animations? I might give it to I might give it to Osewato actually. Nah. I think Aramusha can be the top of this tier, and behind him can be Gladiator. Behind him can be Valkyrie. Then Black Prior. Then Katun. Then Osewato can stay here. Berserker is fine here, but no way. Shiroki is going here, and then Osewato and Berserker have their spots, and the reused characters can stay here. In the boring, you know, Varangian is actually a lot more boring than Conqueror, so she should move forward. Nobushi is better than him. Warmonger is better than both of them. Griffin is still staying here because he has reused animations. Warlord is honestly less interesting than Hitukiri. At least Hitukiri has some kicks, or her chargeable heavy is cool. And Pirate can just stay in the bottom of the list. And Pirate, she can just stay. She can just stay and rot at the bottom of this list. So yeah, that's actually the official list, corrected and everything about the animations of the For Honor characters. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.